Week 35 of the take. Got Mets O's right in front of me. The once in a blue moon 12:10 afternoon start. Game 2 of Mets Orioles. Mets with another crazy walk-off victory last night. Stroman pitched fantastic. John Means pitched just as well as he did in his no-hitter last Wednesday. I'm watching it right now because it's Matt Harvey versus Taijuan Walker. It is Harvey Day, but not in a Mets uniform. First time Harvey has faced the New York Mets starter since they traded him a few years back. I mean, it's been abysmal since the thoracic outlet surgery, but 3.6 ERA for Baltimore. He's been their number 2 starter behind John Means. I mean, Baltimore has pitched very well throughout the entire season. I got my crossword. Don't know if I'll get into it just yet. Knicks with a tough loss. Last night in overtime, 101-99. I mean, so many chances to win that game. 0-0, top 2. Harvey had a 1-2-3 inning. Harvey got cheers. It's what I hoped. I was expecting more of a mixed crowd, but I was hoping that the Met fans there remembered his utmost highs, including that 2013 season where he started the All-Star game, the 2015 postseason, after he came back from Tommy John, those 8 innings in Game 5 of the World Series. Before we went out to the 9th, and we all know, us Met fans know the end of that game, how that ended, how that series ended. But it's good to see Matt pitching well. As a Met fan that always loved Matt Harvey and realized that he gave, honestly, everything he could have given you before the injuries and really just the overall breakdown of his body. I'm hoping for success, but not today. Maybe he goes 6 innings, 3 runs, quality start, and Mets score some more runs against the bullpen. Taijuan Walker, been absolutely phenomenal as he got another ground out to start the second. Moving over to the Bronx, Yanks 3-1 victory in St. Pete at the Trop. Big series against Tampa Bay. Now they're in sole possession of second place behind a few games behind Boston. Boston's been struggling a little bit. They haven't looked great. But this is a big series for the Yanks. Over the 500 mark, hoping to stay there. Luke Voigt back yesterday. Urshela, all the players are healthy. Coaches are not. A few of their coaches got they tested positive for COVID. They still played yesterday, so no players were affected by it. It seemed like just a handful of the coaches were, which was interesting. And third base coach of the Yankees, Phil Nevin, I think. Yeah, fully vaxxed, got the J&J back in spring training, like all the way back in March, and he got it as like I don't know what they called it, but it's like a something positive. It just goes to show that the vaccine's gonna help bring those numbers down, bring those peaks back to just more of the mainstay. But it's not like you're out of the woods. You can still get it. So that's what they're in protocol right now. Contact trace the other coaches. Fernando Tatis Jr. tested positive for COVID yesterday, so he's going on the COVID IL for San Diego after he's come back after the whole shoulder strain injury. But for the Yanks, you haven't played well at the Trop when you visit Tampa Bay, and it's almost like you're going to Yankee Stadium South. Everyone who goes there are Yankee fans. All those retired people that are in Florida are Yankee fans. Tampa's been so good over the past 3 seasons, and they get 15,000 people. No one wants to go to that place. That ballpark stinks. Terrible excuse for a stadium. This weird-ass dome with the catwalk, and it's in play. But if you hit the second catwalk, it counts as a home run because if it wasn't there, it would have gone over the fence. But although if you hit it, it's going to come back down and hit in the outfield or the infield. But it's, hey, home run. Went over that third catwalk. It's the worst ballpark ever. The Tropicana Field is so bad. So terrible. But Garrett Cole today, I mean, a huge win for them yesterday in the sense that you get game 1, game 2, you get Cole to solidify that series victory. And if you do it tonight, boom, you go for the sweep on Thursday. A big middle of the week series for them. Hoping just to get back to getting everything in sync. And it's similarly to the Mets. Mets injuries now were piling up. Albert Almora took probably one of the worst hits I've ever seen, running full speed into the fence, trying to make that catch in 7th inning. McNeil available off the bench today with the body cramps. But similar to the Mets and the Yanks, it's like now the pitching's been pretty good. You know, Cole's been fantastic. Corey Kluber the last 2-3 starts has been great. Montgomery last night was super. But they're still like not hitting. And even the weekend series against Washington, Scherzer shut you down. He struck out 14 of you, but you came back against the bullpen. Gleyber Torres played hero in that one on Saturday. And then Sunday on Mother's Day, they came back again. And that was Stan that got the game-winning hit. They lost Friday, but they won the series. But like, out of Stan, who got hot as of late, and Urshela, who's been hurt, but he's been like one of your best hitters, they're not hitting, and the pitching's been great. Bullpen's been great. Same with the Mets. Bullpen, surprisingly, has been great. Starting pitching, DeGrom, Stroman, Walker have been fantastic. And they're still not hitting. Lindor just got over the 200 mark. Nimmo's on the IL still. JD Davis on the IL. Everyone's getting hurt. Conforto's starting to hit a little bit better. Alonso in a little bit of a slump after hitting really well. James McCann can't hit water if he was surrounded by the ocean. I mean, just really bad. Walker's walked 2 in the inning. First and second, 1 out. But you know, again, we talk about, you know, second week of May, but a very important series for the Yanks. So you hope they get another win today with Cole, and then maybe you go for the sweep. Tampa's been pretty hurt. You know, they've dealt with a lot of injuries, especially to the back end of the bullpen with all those arms. Line drive, can we get a double play? Oh God. Okay, so that was a line drive. VR just made a great play for an out, and he almost airmailed it into the stands. But Big Pete Alonso. So 2 out, first and second. I feel like I'm jumping around, but I'm giving you everything that's been going on the past like 4 or 5 days. For the Mets, Patrick Mazeika, third string catcher they have, with all the hurt players, and you know you have Pilar, VR, and now Peraza all starting. So that bench depth has been fantastic for them. I just didn't think he was going to be all used second week of May. Matt Harvey's getting his first AB. They're giving him a bunch of cheers, which is great to see. Pat Mazeika, second walk-off RBI in the last, 3 days? Without a hit. So CC. He's had 4 career at-bats, 0 for 4, doesn't have a hit. 3 RBIs. So last night came up with the bases loaded for the 3rd time. Mother's Day came up with the bases loaded. And then when was the walk-off? Was the walk-off Friday night? It might Friday, Sunday, Tuesday. It might have been Friday night. So Friday night comes up with the bases loaded, hits like a chopper, like slow roller. Pitcher gets it, Alonso scored. So it's not a hit, it's a fielder's choice. Doesn't he? Boom, 0 for 1. Game-winning RBI. Gets up bases loaded Mother's Day, walks, RBI. Comes up in the same situation last night. Winning runs at third, 1 out, bases loaded. Hits another chopper, but this time to the first baseman. Mancini gets it, throws it. VR slides in safe, wins it. Hasn't gotten a hit yet. No major league hit, but he's gotten 2 game-winning RBIs. First time, at least back in tracking, first person in 100 years to have 2 game-winning RBIs without a hit in his first 5 career games. So almost like essentially the first player ever, but like in the last 100 years, because I guess they don't even go back that far. But
that's
It's really wild. Yeah, it's a cool stat. So, oh, you got to give that. Oh, he did. Okay. I was like, that was a late strike. Do we call? Walker gets out of the inning. Mets, Yanks, both trending upward. Mets 6 in a row. Today they're going for 7. Yankees looking for another series win. Playing well. Cole, DeGrom on the IL, hoping only to miss one start. That was the lat tightness. That was a tough one for the Mets. But again, MRI showed nothing. Showed absolutely nothing. But they just don't want that tight lat or side area. And he doesn't want to continue to throw to develop bad mechanics and having to throw and have that side tightness an issue in the back of his in his mind and be like, all right, well, now I have to adjust. There's no adjusting with the tightness. We're just gonna say, hey, sit down for 8 days, don't throw, get that tightness out, and go back to regular mechanics. Because we're not fucking up with your mechanics, King. Jacob DeGrom is the best pitcher in the world, and he must be protected at all costs. Garrett Cole on the mound tonight. Mets are on right now, 12 noon against the O's. They're off tomorrow. This is a quick 2-game set at Citi. And then, then they go to Tampa. Then the Mets go to Tampa Bay. So Yankees rooting for the Mets, playing all that stuff, playing their foes. Mets baseball, Yanks baseball, looking very good. That is this week's update with the New York baseball teams.